Good evening. This is Dr. Tom Bittker. I'm going to give you a brief message today about some of the toxic messaging that has come out of the woke agenda. Uh, I'll begin by just commenting about the work of Leon Festinger about cognitive dissonance. What Dr. Festinger reports is that the more we commit to something, the more that shapes how we view the data from it. So that if we make a commitment to believe something, take action, we look for data to justify what we've done. And I believe that's what has happened to the woke agenda. Unfortunately, when we look at some of the messaging from the agenda, for example, the value of gender transformation surgery, there is no data to justify that. Indeed, if you looked at any of the studies prior to this time, you will find that the outcomes of transgender surgery was all too often unfortunate. Higher rates of suicide, higher rates of mental maladjustment. Similarly, when we look at the outcome of the messaging on young men and women in the society right now, we see actually the reporting of distress is highest among males between ages 20 and 30. They're more alone. They have lower self-esteem. They are more likely to retreat to substances. And they are less likely to develop social connections, particularly social connections with women. Women themselves have taken this message and postponed childbearing. What's that mean? Well, it means that fewer and fewer children are going to be raised in traditional two-parent families. It's not necessarily a good thing. Longer term, we find that children who are raised in two-parent families, particularly in healthy, intact two-parent families, are more likely to be emotionally healthy and more likely to be successful. Furthermore, as we look farther down the road and we see the consequences of the lack of ability of men and women to connect at a socially appropriate time for childbearing, the more likely these men and women are likely to be alone as they age, which itself presents a rather daunting problem as one is in their 50s and 60s without children to nurture them, to care for them, to look out for them. So this is all in a way of a cautionary tale to be aware that some of the social messaging that we're getting may not be terribly healthy for our long-term well-being. Examine it carefully and look at the data before you leave. I look forward to joining you next week. Until then, be well. Good evening.